Hey everyone, I'm Armory Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a monster review on the February 2020 Legends Pass monster, Rekka. So, if you saw my analysis on this monster, I basically dubbed him the Voltic of fire monsters. So he's a fire Voltic, he has a ton of extra turn skills, and in a meta where just about every new monster has anticipation, like I think this monster has anticipation, this monster has anticipation, Ronin has anticipation, so many anticipation monsters, it's definitely hard to utilize a monster like him, but it's not impossible, right? It all depends who you bring in your team of 3. For example, just partner him up with a monster that has Megatons. That way, even though a monster with anticipation does get a turn in, it'll attack the Megaton monster. Then you maybe have a reviver in case that monster dies. So there's always a way to utilize a monster, even though this meta is very anti-extra turners. And with that being said, let's take a look at this monster. We're going to analyze him. Actually, we're going to review him at level 100. And then I'll do a follow-up video where I rank him up to rank 3. Because if I'm not mistaken, he does have some more skills. Here, let me level him up. I love that you can just click and hold now to level up monsters. So here we have Rekka. Monster design I absolutely love. I think it's amazing. Let me get him to level 15. I think that's when I can finally change skills and see what he has. So yes, he does have some, these are 35, 35. Oh wait, does he have any ranked up skills? Never mind. He doesn't have any ranked up skills, so he gets everything. Well, let me take him to 100 and we'll go from there. We'll take a look at his stats and everything. We'll see how he compares. The easiest comparison is to Voltic, right? But is he better? Is he worse? There's other extra turn monsters you can compare him to. There's Zyla, there's Charmless. Alright, let's get into it. So yeah, okay, so you don't need to rank up this monster anymore to get additional skills. The only thing you can get from ranking him up is evolving trait. So at rank 0 he has a 20% chance to not get hit with negative effects because he has a hardened trait. At rank 1 you get tough, that's a 35% chance, this is what generals tend to have. And at rank 3 the cool thing is you would get bulwark, making 50% of attacks less likely to land against you. And you have, not attacks, sorry, of effects. And then you get yourself a damage boost, which will just make you even stronger. And speaking of stats, take a look at this monster's strength. 3608, that is one of the highest in the game. That is very, very powerful. Life, 3461, that's okay. Speed, he's also very fast. So when compared to someone like Voltic, Zyla, Charmless, he is definitely a lot more powerful. If you get him to rank 3, you have that damage boost at the beginning, and then having Bulwark, just less likelihood to get hit with a freeze, a stun, a possession. That's always nice. I mean, possession doesn't really work against you. Look at his name, I just realized that, Bunny. Possession doesn't really work against you, just because you have all these extra turn skills. But speaking of skills, let's look at them. And by the way, from the time I did the analysis, this monster actually got a slight buff to some of his attacks, which is pretty cool. So the first skill we have, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce them, this skill deals moderate fire damage to an enemy, applies ignite, and gives 1 extra turn to itself. So we're definitely going to be running that skill. Let's see what else he has. Applies ignite to an enemy, nope. Applies burn to all enemies, nope. Double damage and evasion, so this is a sub skill that you could potentially utilize, but I don't think we'll need it. We might, we'll see. Deals very heavy fire damage to one enemy, applies ignite to one enemy. It's always useful to have a non-extra turn skill if you can put it in, so we'll see. Low fire damage to one enemy, then to all enemies. Against a Megaton monster, this will be very useful. 2 turn cooldown, 31 stamina cost. Let's scroll up, and let's find out where we were. Applies a random hater to it, so it's cool because we kind of saw this with Zenfira. She could apply random hater, give an immediate extra turn. Depending what elemental hater you get, this can be very powerful. Imagine getting yourself a dark hater, and then you do your Enbu, which will just deal massive damage against the likes of a Dunraw. I mean, that's more of like, this may happen, this may not happen. So for now, we'll run it anyhow. And as you can see, deals low special damage to an enemy. We have all 4 extra turn skills. This is the equivalent to electrodynamic assault, essentially. 0 cooldown, so spammable as many times as you need to, and then you can get another skill. Right, so looking at his skills that's left over, yeah, the one skill I would potentially utilize is this skill right here, especially if you are facing an anticipation monster. You know, that way you can just attack with this and not have to worry about everything else. But right now we're going to go with his 4 extra turn skills. The stamina costs are a little higher than I remember. I wonder if those also got increased. But yeah, for now we're going with this. We don't need this AoE burn that doesn't deal damage. We don't need this skill. We don't need, let's scroll up. Yeah, AoE burn again. Don't need any of that. Setup skill you could, but I think in an era where just about every single monster has a skill that can remove positive effects, you wouldn't even benefit from it too much. So the whole purpose of this monster is just going to be to get a turn in and utilize the extra turn skills and obliterate the enemy. The cool thing about this monster is his relics. So it really depends what you have to utilize. I commented in the analysis that you can use the Fury Mask because I think this is something that a lot more players could actually have. After damaging with a skill, if target's life is above 50, gives 119 points of stamina to the wearer. Right, this is something, because it's a golden mask, I think it's something that's easier for you to get. But if you happen to have a nice selection of diamond relics, well then, you have Jxnathan's mask. After damaging with a skill, if target stamina is above 75, removes stamina from damaged enemy and gives stamina to the wearer. This is obviously something you could definitely utilize. Eolstrom's mask, after being damaged by a skill, removes 300 points of stamina from the attacker. After being damaged by a skill, if wearer's life is above 50, gives an armor. You could also utilize that. The best one for this monster would be Jxnathan's mask, of course, so you could literally keep attacking over and over again. And then for the essence, again, it depends what you have. I don't have any diamond essence, so I'm kind of forced to use something over here. I'll just use the Great Healing Essence for now. And so yeah, I mean, if you have, let me actually exit out. Ooh, what a waste of money. If you have, let's go to only missing, right? It always depends on what you have. Zyron's Essence, when the turn starts, if wearer stamina is below 50, gives stamina to the wearer. Obviously, if you had that, this was the ultimate monster, the ultimate extra turner, because you don't even have to worry about the likes of an Oblation Trap or getting your stamina drained with an Exhausting Mask or whatever it may be. Like, you are solid. You're going to be good to go. So, it all depends what you have. In terms of what he can hold, definitely incredible, right? It's probably better than Xyla being able to hold the Charging Banner, right? Being able to utilize the diamonds if you have them. So, this is what he has in terms of skill set right now. I think this is what most players will be running. If not, they'll put in that one non-extra turn skill. We are going to give this monster, we're going to give him strength. And, oh shoot, why did I do a level 8? It's going to be so hard to remove that. And we're going to do a 7. Do I have any 7s? Tell me I have a 7. Level 7. I don't have any 7 stamina. Shoot. I guess we'll do... Should we do 6? Level 6? I don't even have any stamina. What the heck? They have to be somewhere. Alright, so and I went ahead and took off the level 7 from a different monster I had, and I'm going to give it to this monster. And so, yeah, I'm going to regret giving this monster the level 8 rune, because I don't know how I'm going to be swapping that out. But anyhow, ideally with a monster, an extra turn monster, you want to give them 1 stamina, 1 strength, 1 speed. You can do team speed. It really depends who the team is. Since I don't want to unlock that last slot right now, because I have no reason to, I'm just going to go with an OG turn transfer kind of route for now until my trophies go up. And we're going to take on some enemies. So let's try to refresh and find the toughest enemies we can face. Look, there's a Charmless and Xyla. There's a... anyone good? Oh, Santirion's perfect. So I think it makes the most sense. There's that 130 Kane, that 100 Santirion, but I think the base on the left is a tougher base, so we're going to take on that base, right? Because they have an anticipation monster, they have Warmaster Ragnarök, and let's see how well, if any, I can do. So I got hit with the Righteous Evil. You have to be careful, right? I didn't bring any extra, this would have been a good time to bring Santirion myself or something to counter, but we're going to do Pain to get rid of the negative effects. So we'll start with that. Dwarf Stomp got stunned. We are going to do Charge with Resonance. I could. Old Horse and Momentum. Get rid of negative effects. Better Reading. Removes all negative effects from allies. We'll do that. Alright, Masterwork Armor. Okay, so I'm going to do Death Moratorium. I finally get an attack in. And let's see what I can do. Low special damage, 1 extra turn. Low fire damage, 1 extra turn. So I guess we'll do... We'll start... Oh, I can't apply Torture. So let's see what that random hater can be. Light Hater doesn't really help. Oh, actually it does. Because look at that monster over there. He is a light monster. We are gonna... Oh, look at that. Enbu is so much more powerful. And how does this not kill? 42k. Oh, but he won't take the extra damage. So let's give him Ignition. Oh, Ignition won't land. And I forgot that he's there. Archangel's Blessing. Oh, so now he has that. Perfect. So now watch him absorb all the damage. Watch. So Enbu, and see he absorbed all that damage. Why did it look like it was residual to the other ones? He has Megaton, right? Oh no, he has Taunt right now. Only Taunt. Never mind. Utilize this extra turn skill. Dwarf Stomp. Okay, so that's like the worst thing that could have happened to me. My major healing essence kicked in. Recharge Dream. I don't think I'm gonna win this battle. I think this might have been a bad showcase. In my head, I already had like a Megaton monster and someone else, but probably a bad idea bringing like Sammy versus like a meta team, right? Like Wormlad, Ragnarök, Isol. This is as meta as it gets, and I didn't bring a meta team myself to counter with. So bad first monster review team to use, but that's okay. Mistakes happen. Let's just fight again and let's see what I can do. Okay, I think this one is a little more perfect. Here, let me bring a team that I would realistically use. So, not you know what, I will do Centurion. So let's go metal. Let me just make sure they have proper relics as well. So Centurion with all of his life. And we'll give him additional armor. Awesome. And so, again, Sammy, I love you not, but let's bring another monster. Let's bring like I have a lot to choose from, right? Let's bring a warmaster Ragnarök, right? He can turn transfer, he can do a lot of stuff. Let's give him proper relics. We will give you this. And let's make sure your skills are fine. I don't know. I tend to not run the turn transfer skill anymore just because, again, anticipation dominates. And I need the skill set for a war, but I think I'll be fine. We'll get rid of blessing for right now. And let's take on this team. Alright. Desiree. So, let's click fight and let's see how this goes down. So, alright, that's cool. Reflected back at you. I have skill mirror. I want to do the extra turn, but I'm not gonna. You know what? I am going to do Dwarf Stomp. I could. Let's see. Grandmaster's Wisdom applies curse, activates cooldown. No, I kind of want him to do his extra turns. Not his extra turns. I want him to do his Megatons. We're gonna do this and see what happens. No more failures. No more failures back at me. So Quaking Step. That's fine. Quaking Step back. Slur's Sword kicks in. Dwarf Stomp. Grandmaster's. I guess I have to. So Grandmaster's Wisdom. Alright, and this is what I mean where Quaking Step, this is where I mean where having like literally just any sort of Megaton monster and you're fine. So let's see if I can get a good hater. This will also give me an additional turn. Nature Hater and what else? Oh, I was double Nature Hater. What luck. And I lost my monster unfortunately, which is something that could happen, so you got to be careful for that. I'm going to go with the Ignition. Alright, Jastar's Mask kicks in, gives me stamina. Shield kicks in, Quaking Step killed me. Quaking Step over here, Deadly Interruption. Dang, another bad battle. If anything, this does here, who do I res? I'll res Centurion. If anyone think this really does showcase how careful you have to navigate anticipation monsters, right? You have to be super careful about it. Jingle Bell Curbs, Recharge. So the better play is like, obviously if you have him at Infusion, that would be a better play. Trade Disabling, like before that extra turn monster gets the chance to attack, you need to somehow mobilize Anticipation, or else you're gonna run into a lot of trouble. Applies a random torture to all enemies, random negative effect. Yeah, let's do this one. Miss. Was I blinded or something? Dang. Alright, let's see. Increased attachment, recharge. Alright. Ingvar's Banner kicks in, good. Recharge over here. Deadly Interruption. I wish I could see my HP. I think it's definitely low. Let's give him no more failures. Let's boost him up. Because then when he does his AoE meltdown, oh, he can't right now. He's not going to be recharging. So at least he's only doing that skill. Deadly Interruption. Oh, but I'm not going to survive much longer. Let me heal 45% or 75%. Recharge. Force Transduction. Let's bring back my monster. Double damage. Deadly Interruption. Alright, I'm still good. Let's do this skill. Enbu. Revenge Staff. Major Healing Essence gives him some HP. Deadly Interruption. Let's do the Ignite skill again. Awesome. Major Healing Essence helps you out. Deadly Interruption, and I lost him. We'll recharge. And again, this is why having that one... Oh, shoot. This is why potentially having the non-extra turn skill when you do fight against an anticipation monster might be very useful, right? Also, the Amulet kicks in. Dwarf Stomp won't do much because I'm blinded. We'll recharge. Hopefully I can survive. Don't get my cooldowns activated. That'll help. Okay, no more failures on myself. I can Dwarf Stomp. We're gonna Dwarf Stomp over here. Mega Stun, Deadly Interruption, that's fine. I am going to do... I don't know if I can survive another Nanovirus, so I'm gonna do no more failures on myself. And I'm gonna res Centurion because resing Rekka wouldn't do anything because Hukwai would kill me. Alright, and I'm gonna recover my HP. Jingle Bell Curbs. That's fine. I'm gonna do Grandmaster Wisdom, activate... Wait, it doesn't really matter. The curse will help me out, for sure. Deadly Interruption, Recharge, Dwarf Stomp, bye-bye. Awesome. So, you kind of saw the peril of... No more failures. You kind of saw the peril of anticipation, right? Which is the biggest criticism I have of releasing a Voltic-based monster. But again, you can make it work. I haven't been doing the best job at it, so learn from my mistakes. Let's spin this wheel. And this wasn't even a meta team. This was just a Hukuai that dominated me, essentially. So let's see what I can find. The base on the left. Okay, awesome. So, assuming there's no Hukuai, there's nothing crazy. I also realized the runes on this monster weren't the best. On Ragnarök, I switched them for the Team War. So anyhow, assuming a regular battle, this is how it would essentially go down. You turn transfer to your extra turn monster, right? Rekka in this case. You utilize your haters, your hater skill. Water hater, does that help me? Not really, but I'm gonna start by doing Enbu, which has a 2-turn cooldown. Alright, Jester's Mask kicked in, cool, I recovered some stamina. I'm going to do the weak extra turn skill. Right, I'm gonna apply Ignition when I can. He has taunt, so that gets absorbed. I'm gonna do another random hater, got myself an Earth hater. Hey look, it really helps out right now, because now it's triple damage against Brutalis. So I'll deal some massive damage to him, I'll deal a little damage to him, I'll hit him with a strong attack right now, and bye-bye Brutalis. I'll give myself a little random, another Earth hater, doesn't really help me out, which again is possible, but you also have that elemental advantage against nature monsters at all times, so definitely use it to your advantage. So bye-bye. And then, let's see if I can get a metal hater, Earth hater, triple Earth hater, wow, he must really, really hate Earth monsters. And that's essentially, I mean, you'd play it better than I did, I kind of just threw whatever, but you would play it a little better than I did, right? And incredible, when extra turn monsters get their extra turns, they're undoubtedly the best attackers in the game because there is no stop. And this monster in particular, because you have access to Jester's Mask, even if you get stamina drained, that's not really too much of a problem, right? It's really not. Let's see if we can do, like, the base in the middle, even though this monster has anticipation, he's not a huge threat. So, like, that's someone you could potentially fight. I'm curious. I'm going to take on the base on the left just because it has a lot of 130, so I want to see this play out. Shelzar goes first, that's fine. Burning Corruption, that's fine. Ooh, so Fire Weakness, that helps me out. I have to do no more failures and give myself all these extra turns, of course I do. Just like when I did Zenfira and warmaster remntar, that's always some combo you can utilize. I'm not even going to do anything with Ragnarök. So, right, give myself 2 haters right here. Let's see, Thunder Hater and double Thunder Hater. Why can't you give yourself different haters? So look at that. Beautiful damage output. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Who do we want to really attack? Let's do you over here. Jester's Mask kicks in, drains their stamina. So the cool thing is, like, he can even be used he could even be used as a denial, right? Because he drained the stamina. But what I did notice here is actually my relic, Jester's Mask, triggered before Revenge Staff, so that's something to be cautious about, right? If that was a ranked up Revenge Staff, then my mask wouldn't have even helped me out that much. Let's apply Ignite over here. So Shelzar is pretty much dead. Let's attack over here. And then let's see if I can give myself a Metal Hater, a Nature Hater. Now, I already hate nature monsters, but that's cool. So let's take out the monster in the middle. Revenge Staff kicks in again. So now he's out of Revenge Staff. I'll just use Special Base Damage, spam that, recharge. Let's see what I can get. Metal Hater, Magic Hater, nope. And the cool thing is you could kind of spam this if you want to keep giving yourself a hater skill. I think he's going to die right now, but if not, I could have just done it again. And yeah, this is how essentially Rekka works out in any extra turn monster. So they are really good, but again, against anticipation, which you saw in my various battles, you do have to plan accordingly, because if not, you are going to lose those battles. But with that being said, I think that can be it for the video. Should we do one more? I want to do more extra turn. Should we do another extra turn? No, yeah, we'll do Done Raw. I just want to get Dark Hater and like obliterate, but we'll see what happens. Especially since he has a ton of life. Maybe I should have brought like a fast turn transfer and double turn transfer or something, but we'll see what happens. So no more failures. And let's do it. Random hater, come on Dark Hater, Water Hater, it is what it is. So, Enbu. So he takes all the damage, or she takes all the damage. Look at all that damage from Dunraw. We'll also give Dunraw a little ignite. Again, I could have also, probably should have just spammed this over and over until I got myself that Dark Hater I want. Any Dark Hater? Fire Hater. Nope. Here, let's try this out. Let's see what does Dunraw have? Fury Mask. Alright, we'll just keep attacking with this until I get my Dark Hater. That's all I want. Magic Hater. Oh, it's going to be forever. Alright, well, I guess I might as well utilize this to just take it out, right? And this works against any Megaton monster because they're absorbing, like, essentially 4 times the damage. Come on. Water Hater. Everything but what I need. Alright, let's do Enbu. Because can you imagine if this was triple? You'd be dead before you even had a chance to do anything. Random Torture times 3. Oh, I'm confused or something. Alright, let's see what I get. Light Hater. Alright, so bye-bye. Oh, 47. Alright, might as well finish you off. And cool, now we can attack everyone else. So, the cool thing about having Light Hater is I can take out Wormlad. And look, got my stamina back. Oblation Trap triggers afterwards. So yeah, be careful about that. Let's do this. Metal Hater doesn't help out too much. But let's kill Wormlad. Does he resurrect? I don't know. Nope. Doesn't seem like it. Let's attack over here. Jelstar's Mask again. 3 uses. It's insane. Revenge Staff afterwards. That's fine. Let's do this again. Revenge Staff once again. That's cool. Let's see if I can get a Fire Hater. Oh, perfect. Sometimes it just works out to your advantage. And Oblation Trap as well. That's cool with me. Bye-bye. And just like that, he took on the whole team single-handedly. All I needed was Santerion to absorb the initial, Sunblast cooldowns activated. But even if you got hit with cooldowns activated, you wouldn't even care, right? Because you have that 0 cooldown skill that I spammed over and over. So overall, he's a good monster. In the current meta, yeah, you have to be careful, but he is certainly a good monster. Just like Voltic is a good monster, just hard to utilize in the meta. That's all it is. But, you know, partner up with a Madam Fusion, you're fine. It's always war dependent, so if the war you're in doesn't have an anticipation monster, you could be good. But just about every single element now, in my opinion, I think has an anticipation monster, a meta anticipation at that, right? With everything being released right now, all these Hukuai-like monsters, hard to use, but not impossible. So with that being said, this has been a monster review on Rekka. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.